Hey everyone, Anthony Melchiori here, and today I will be telling you the truth about credit cards. Now, back when I was a little bean sprout in 10th grade, I remember the teacher telling the class, as soon as you get credit card offers, shred it on sight. Get rid of it and throw it out. She told us credit card companies preyed on the young since we were uneducated financially, and that if we accepted these cards, we would go into debt and never be able to get out of it. Basically, we were signing our lives away for one of these credit cards, is how she made it seem. Unfortunately, since schools don't teach financial education, that was my only insight on them. So everything she told me, young Ant took into his mind and believed. Whatever they said, I just absorbed it and thought it was 100% backed. Fast forward to present day. I now have 8 credit cards and more coming in. So I know some of you are asking, but why, Ant? Why did you choose to get credit cards, and not even just credit cards? Why so many? Aren't they bad? Aren't they going to keep you in debt? That idea is just plain wrong. Credit cards don't put you in debt, just like TV doesn't force you to watch it. Credit cards offer you a line of credit, which you could either decide to spend or not spend. That's it. It's just an offering. The way credit cards become dangerous is if you don't know how to spend your money and if you can't control your spending habits. To me, personally, credit cards are some of the most wonderful tools financially educated people could take advantage of. Unfortunately, the unfinancially educated people will succumb to them and fall into that debt that a lot of people only talk about. Credit card companies make their money when people spend more than they can pay off. Every month that debt isn't paid off, they add more interest on it. It compounds on top of each other. Credit card companies love when people spend more than they have. If no one did this, they would go out of business, that simple. They wouldn't be able to make money. A lot of people fail to realize this isn't free money. Just because you have it doesn't mean you should spend it. Before you go out and acquire any card, I highly recommend you know your spending habits and know that you can handle the extra money and you're not just gonna blow it off one weekend because you're bored or you want the newest toy out there. So we know the dangers if you can't control your spending and the interest and debt that could pile up with a credit card. But what about the pros? What do the financially educated people do to take advantage of these wonderful tools, like I said? Firstly, it gives you leverage. There may be a fantastic opportunity that pops along one day where you need to take advantage of. This will give you that option. It will give you a boost to your funds if you are lacking them beforehand. Businesses and business-minded people do this all the time. If there's an investment or something they could take control of, but they just don't have all the money right out in front of them, or they don't want to put all their money in firsthand, they want to do something where they can make manageable payments, they use the credit cards. It's a smart decision. It gives you the leverage and the power to take advantage of the opportunity. Secondly, it allows you to pay over time. Now, I never recommend doing this if you're just buying an electronic or something you just get at the mall, some clothes. But if there's a great opportunity where you can make money off of your money, or something that you just need the leverage and need the push, but you don't have all the cash on hand, then it's okay to use the credit card. You're accepting the fate that you're going to have to pay off a little bit month by month, and it will increase a little bit, but the reward is worth all that extra payments you're going to make. So I don't suggest anyone who isn't very financially stable and know what they're doing to ever do something like that, but it gives you the option. Third, it builds your credit. Now, unless you're balling and you have millions or billions or everything in just cash, great income, and you never need to take out a loan, you buy your home in cash, you buy your cars in cash, you're going to need credit. So just by opening a credit card and having a line of credit, you could put that credit card in your drawer, you could rip it in half, you could shred it, I don't think you could rip one in half, but you could burn it, whatever you want to do. As long as you're not missing payments, your credit will increase. And as that credit increases, you'll have more opportunities with better cards to get things such as like rewards or cash back or airline miles. And even better, people will be willing to offer you a lot more money because they can trust you. They believe you're not just going to blow out the money and then not be able to pay them back. And this is where the business-minded people come in. Because when you have credit card companies giving you $100,000 or more to do whatever you want with it, you could make great business opportunities with that. And the craziest part is, those people with $100,000 credit lines or $50,000 credit lines, their rate of interest is lower than someone who has a $500 credit line or a $2,000 credit line, because those are uneducated people. The bank can't wait for them to spend a little bit more and then be in debt for the rest of their lives. Where the business-minded people who, you know what, they have a lot more credit, but the bank knows they're going to pay it off, the interest is low because that's the only way they're going to get them to be able to use it. Because a smart person isn't going to use anything that's going to put them in jeopardy or in serious danger of losing even more money. Another thing to keep in mind is using credit cards is a lot more secure than using debit cards. Almost all credit card companies will monitor your purchases. They'll check for any fraudulent charges, and if that happens, most of them, or all the good ones at least, once you start building up that credit, will pay you back that money. So you're not in danger. So if you charge something and someone gets your numbers and buys, I don't know what else, like a dog or something, or some shoes or whatever, if the credit card company sees that's funny, or even if you track it and you see it's funny and you're like, hey, I didn't buy that, they'll refund you as long as you prove you didn't buy it, which I've had to do that before and it was fine. They just didn't charge me at all. Debit card companies, not the same luck. If someone gets your numbers, the best you could do is usually just close down that that debit card, and get replaced a new one. Most companies will not cover you for any expenses made already. So just keep that in mind when you're buying stuff with a debit card. If it's not a big purchase where at a company you could trust, then hey, even like Target got hacked before, so I don't use my debit card anywhere anymore. So the whole myth on credit cards being horrible and they're bad for you and you'll fall into debt, it's false. Throw that out the window. If you trust your spending habits and you know your spending habits and you're not just going to go purchase items you don't need, credit cards are wonderful tools, especially for young adults who are trying to build their credit. If you're trying to, I wish I could have told myself back when I was 17, hey, you know what, just open up that credit card, build your credit real quick. Alright guys, so that's it for today. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to see any upcoming videos. Comment if you have any questions and I can help you out with. And just quickly, I probably will see you guys beforehand, but I just wanted to say happy holidays. I don't know if you can see my little Christmas tree in the back right over there through my mirror, but yeah, I wish you guys all a happy and safe holiday. And if you have any questions, like I said, feel free to ask below or direct message me and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. See you guys.